What's up everyone, welcome to Nixis ranks every single boss in Cuphead from easiest to hardest. Obviously including DLC because we're very inclusive over here. This doesn't take account of all the difficulty in A+ and them, this talks general difficulty. So get ready for some difficulty not even the best gaming reviewers could handle. We're in it for a good one. Number 1. Root Pack. This boss is just the introduction to the game, and that being said, vegans, I've been advised not to say this. The potato has nothing special, only some dirt and worms, nothing special for a cup that has the ability of jumping, so we're still on game. Then we get the onion, which cries after we beat his brother, so we get him down quickly so we don't deal with the consequences. The carrot is stronger than the other two because it attacks with 2 different attacks, but nothing so hard to dodge that moving around won't save you from. Number 2. Goopy Legrande. This boss really introduces you to the Souls-like difficulty of this game, a ball jumping around trying to smash you, sometimes showing his face and harassing you around the woods. That's unacceptable. That's why once he questions his own actions, you put an end to his life, but he still doesn't identify as dead, so you get the opportunity to destroy someone's grave. Enjoy while it lasts. Number 3. Captain Brainy Bird. This boss is from Island 3, but honestly he's not strong. The pirate himself doesn't do anything, but I'm still considering his lackeys as his credit. The barrel floating around is cool to intimidate some people, but I'm not human, I'm a cup. Just walk around and let it drop so you can get some free time against the pirate, whose job is just to lend you parry fuel, so you can then spread your milk on his face. Eventually he will call his friends from the sea, but we all know he dropped some oil around the 7 seas, so his friends don't do that great of a job. He has a shark, octopus, and even dogs, but none of them can do the job. To dodge his Kamehameha, you just do a single squat while shooting at his mouth. Easy and quick. Number 4. Ribbian croaks. These frogs have a solid business, but fighting is not what they're really good at. Call me whatever you want, but the female flies over there look good. Anyways, they will occasionally shoot fire whatever these things are, and you can quickly deal with them. Using roundabout special is very satisfying since they take all the hits. Then the fat one gets to the left side and you have 100% shooting accuracy with roundabout. They shoot some trash at you, but you can easily dodge it by moving left to right. They eventually turn into one of these machines, which I love since I enjoy gambling my life savings. There's 3 different easy jump when necessary to dodge situations. Whatever it is, you can clearly understand what you need to do, so just do it and beat some frogs trying to get out the trenches. Number 5. Carnation. The boss that's supposed to let you know whether or not you're ready for the difficulty levels. Please, we've already been through the ball. We can take anything now. He's got one of the best stances ever, but since I don't care, just shoot the flower until you've killed another plant. She'll sometimes shoot seeds from the sky which you can parry one of them, and you should, because that's harder than the rest of the entire boss to deal with. Just do yourself a favor. Then she'll transform into a proper boss, shooting petals that I believe prove that this is in fact a Mary Jane flower. So take your time with it. Number 6. Vermined. This German rat is great, a true patriot. Almost makes me shed a tear remembering Adolf's speeches from when I was a kid. Tomatoes are easy to dodge. Once they hit the ground, they spell fire towards both directions, so you can easily jump over that. It can get tricky once there are more than one tomato, but men have more than one ball, so you're already used to that. He'll go to the center of the arena where some slicers will join the party, but they're really gentle to let you know where they're coming from, so you can get ready for war. Just don't stay at the same platform, otherwise you'll get burned by the German. A cat will eat the rat, but you still need to fight the rat. Remember, trust no one around the woods of Inkwell. Pretty straightforward, move left and right to dodge the arm and pieces of the ceiling falling off. The ghost rats also throw some balls at you, but you can either parry them or dodge. Number 7. Sally stage play. Sally is just a woman, which means you get the chance to later on spread your seat under her skirt. With spread shot, obviously. What did you think I was talking about? Pretty straightforward. Every attack starts with her jumping, so you always know what to do. Second stage is still the same, but we have good old child labor going on. Third stage is when you do your thing. I'm just saying, nobody's complaining, and she even got her dress matching with the spread color. After that, she becomes an angel to repent for her sins, and an umbrella rolls around the ground, but that's easy. If you're using pea shooter or lobber, just use some decent weapons, man. Number 8. Hildeberg. It took me a while to realize that Hildeberg is a star sign girl. Forgive me for taking that long. It's pretty straightforward. Dodge the shots and make sure to watch out for when she laughs too hard. You still need to dodge that. She'll occasionally switch forms depending on the star sign thing, I believe. You have the archer, then the twins, and stuff like that. She will eventually rage because a boy said that star signs aren't real, so she will turn into the moon. Here you have spaceships that, depending on the color, behave differently. What else behaves differently depending on the color? I don't know, man. Red spaceships you get through, and yellow spaceships you wait 1 second before advancing. Repeat until you destroy another woman. Number 9. Howling Aces. Paw Patrol was introduced by the DLC. You start by beating the dad, but the kids still help a little. He will fly to the sides and either throw balls or bones. You can dodge the balls by doing a squat, and you can jump over the bones and even parry them. The kids are only there throwing tennis balls until you turn the female dog into a single mom. Afterwards, you beat the kids. They scream at you while flying around your plane. Pretty easy to get them out. Eventually, you have to fight the female dog, but she only now decided to activate the security system of their plane. Evil woman. Whenever she comes out, there's still the controller confusion, but nothing that crazy. You won't be able to shoot another woman. Repeat until you've annihilated another family. Number 10. Baroness von Bonbon. I love candy, and I indeed would love some other things regarding to this lady. She'll start by having you fight her lackeys, 3, 1 by 1, but they're nothing special. From the second, there's gonna be beans running around the playground, which you can also destroy. Whenever it's time to fight her, she will occasionally try to give you a head, but you can dodge easily by jumping, leaving you an opening where you can burst your milk at her. Easy boss. Number 11. Moonshine Mob. This time we're fighting against a gang of bugs. The boss will sometimes spawn bombs around or throw a caterpillar at you. Stuff that eventually fills the screen, but you can still not only kill the caterpillar, but also all his other crewmates. Eventually, you kill the boss, a woman comes to sing for his funeral, but we do not respect him enough, so we beat the hell out of the lady. To dodge the frequency released by the music, you can either run around the arena or use Chalice power to roll through them. Then you have this thing. To deal him damage, you gotta hit his trunk. Then you have a fake knockout screen, but you can quickly get the true Mafia boss out. This screen will raise awareness for future Cuphead DLC. Number 12. Mortimer Freeze. A boss with ice powers, just like I like. He is quite gentle, not to bother you with too much stuff around the screen. He will sometimes throw tears of ice to run around. But you can explode kids really easy around here. And then the snowman comes to fight. Sometimes he rolls around. That might be the hardest thing to predict if he's whether going up or down, but you can get through any of them. He will transform into a freezer where you can then dodge both ice cubes and popsicles. Sometimes the screen gets filled by stuff, but you go, man. Afterwards, you fight Snowflake. He throws buckets, ice cones, and eyes at you, but just dodge everything and beat him. Easy. Number 13. Romer Honeybottoms. This boss is not hard. Beat the cop and the bees just trying to get to their job on time. Then you can beat the queen bee. If you deal her enough damage, she won't even learn how to become an airplane. So be fast enough to avoid some extra problems. Number 14. Biza Canal. I really like clowns. This one's cool but not hard. Shoot his car, then you can jump over it. So he turns into a balloon and shoots dogs at you. But at this point, the train will come at you, so watch out for that. The passengers are really happy for some reason. After you beat this stage, he will jump on the donkey, but you just get below him and spread your seat at his ass. Which is weird because he makes some weird face expressions riding the donkey, so be aware. Number 15. Phantom Express. Ghosts are cool, the ghost train is cool, and that being said, I don't want to ride something like this. To beat the eye ghost, use a roundabout to destroy the eyes coming your way while dealing damage to the boss. Some eyes will eventually reach you, but you can just dodge them. It's nothing that hard that I couldn't do. The skeleton is easy, you don't even need to be in the right position. Any spot can be safe as long as you stay away from the hand's range. The lollipops are nothing hard either. Only one of them will have time to shoot the thunder, so you can easily get both of them out. Then you have the last stage, parry the tail and hit the heart. It takes 4 shots with charge shot, but whatever, any weapon can do the job. Watch out for the bone circles because they can touch you. Other than that, get your victory. Number 16, Jimmy the Great. Jimmy is considered by some the hardest boss ever, which I understand if you're a video game journalist, but if you're someone that understands that triangle means up on the right hand, you're good to go. Jimmy has 3 different starts for the fight, either knives, casts, or jewelry, and he'll throw his head at you, but we already had enough earlier. Then you get to destroy some walls made by different parts of his body, but you gotta destroy the head to get through, further showing that he is really trying. Just watch out for the slicers that punish you for not accepting head. Then he becomes a tongue or whatever that is, you can quickly get rid of that. And then there's Pinocchio. The 4th shot of his combos is always parryable, so have fun. The head is no big problem. For the most part, moving around to dodge Pinocchio's shots is already enough for you to stay alive. Finally, you beat Jimmy surrounded by pyramids. He will occasionally scream at you, but guess what? You can dodge that. Watch out for the darkness coming from the shadow realm brought by the pyramids, then you are safe. Number 7, Grim Matchstick. Here he is, the beloved dragon. Guess what? This boss is so easy that I started killing myself to give him a chance. But just dodge the fireballs and his tail. You can parry those things, but it was too much of a mental gymnastic for me, so I decided to take a different approach at this. Second stage introduces little fires which let you know the direction they're jumping to, so you can easily dodge them, and they actually aim it where you're staring, so moving around helps dodging them. Third round, other 2 heads come out. They shoot balls that split on contact with your shots, but I like using a roundabout from the lower clouds, and that does the job. Number 18, Wally Warbles. I hate this guy. I still remember a cartoon that I used to hate with a bird just like this guy, so there's no way I respect this kid. He will constantly use his kids to try and deal you damage. Interesting move. Staying on the left side of the screen really helps at this fight. When he goes crazy and throws feathers at you, don't worry, focus on what's close to you. The majority is not even close to hitting you, so don't go crazy. He will eventually turn into a kid himself, and that's a easy fight. He'll get sick and throw trash and all kinds of things at you. After you beat him, his nurses will start seasoning him, so that's a message to watch out how you treat your employees. Number 19, Glamstone Giant. This boss is cool, a lot of stuff going on. Bad breath ghosts coming from his mouth, midgets shooting at you, coming from the ground to slash through your feet when you step on them, bears being called forward to touch you. But anyways, survive around until you fight clown dolls, throwing a ball around while shrimp jump from the ground to hit you again, and the giant eats you to try and end it all. But you can beat him from the inside. Look at that. Dodge the darts, meat and bones, and you're safe to go. You won't run out of platforms to stand at as long as you parry stuff around. Number 20, King Dice. King Dice himself is no problem. Reaching the man is just an experience. Learn how to roll the dice and get the easier bosses. None of them are actually hard, some take longer than others, and hitting that start over platform breaks my morale harder than girls telling me yes. Once you get the king, you gotta juggle around cards while shooting the dice. Number 21, Chef Saltmaker. I like this fight. The screen is filled with stuff and you can see him preparing the next round in the background while they shoot his head. You dodge food and destroy the animal cookies, and that's great. Then you get to destroy salt containers while running from lifts falling at 0.5 miles per hour and a fire jumping around the place, but that's fun. Then you destroy a salt dancer couple and avoid falling into the void of salt, while destroying somebody's heart in the process. Parrying the heart is great to get up at times, but going after the heart to parry him intentionally resulted in hitting walls for me, so I don't chase nobody's heart anymore. Number 22, Cala Maria. This is not the hardest boss, but definitely gets me the hardest. She will usually combine two of her attacks, shooting fish at you in the process. shooting ghosts while a turtle is throwing bombs at you, or a seahorse is trying to control your movements, but you're a Sigma male, nobody knows your next movement. She will then start turning you into stone, no need to since you're already rock. And the things shoot at you, which can result in being hit anyways, because you're petrified. Her head will leave the body and you follow it while shooting at her, until you finally beat her. And her tentacles start playing a sad song because they definitely know what you're up to with her head. Number 23, Dr. Cal's robot. Look at that, the hardest boss from any Souls game ever. It just throws everything at you all at once and you cannot even react to it. Just kidding. There's the laser that will be shot after 5 seconds or some. You can destroy each part of the robot while flying around. Destroying each one will result in a new attack. Destroying his belly will start shooting African American bombs at you, and the head will start shooting other things until you get the robot's heart out, which you can then break, and he will throw his head at you, which you gotta dodge to survive. At this point there's still black bombs around, but after you're done with this, the old man will come out and start a bullet hell section. If you still remember, go up and down focusing on your airplane. As long as you're holding the shoot button, you're probably dealing damage to him, so trust yourself. Number 24, Esther Winchester. This cow is stronger than the robot. She usually gets the screen filled with a bunch of stuff, which is great, but sometimes there's no way to dodge. She will also sometimes turn half the screen unusable and start looting the money from the village, which you gotta dodge to survive. Heroes do not get paid for saving the town. She will also turn into sausages later, which is a big W for Cuphead having a boss like this. You gotta dodge the meat and all sorts of things while shooting at the cow, then you dodge the sausage and seasoning while shooting at a sausage can. And there you go, you've beaten a cowgirl. Number 25, Angeline Demon. Okay, there's a lot of other bosses with more stuff going on, but this one is just hard for me. I got the concept of how to dodge everything, staring left to right to survive, but still, I always find myself struggling with this, but eventually we can get it done. Number 26, the Devil. The Devil is still the strongest boss in my opinion. He has a lot of different attacks. He has little demons running around the arena, he spawns fire and balls and other sorts of things to get you. He constantly joins the fight by throwing his head around, by stretching his arms to get you, by turning into a dragon and trying to buy you. He will get out of his skin and go even deeper into hell. And then you follow him, and you gotta hit his eyes while more stuff happens around the place. Poker chips falling from the skies, the axe he throws from his eyes, there's the bombs coming from his ears, which you should parry, 2 in 1, get a parry and stop him from taking out half the screen. Third stage, Henchman comes in and bats start rolling around, plus you get less one platform to stand at. He's really tryharding to keep his job around here, but he starts crying when you're about to beat him. You only have one platform and his tears are parryable, but still deal you damage like anything around the game. So you gotta take account of the poker chips and tears while dodge shooting him in this one platform. Good luck with that. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you don't agree with anything I've said, make sure to let me know how you would rank these bosses. See you around.